What's up guys, and welcome back to another Clash Royale video on the channel, and today we'll be talking about something recent that has came up in the Clash Royale community lately. And this happened over the course of a week ago, but I just have to talk about it even now because last week I not only missed this, but I seem to have a lot more information gathered than every other YouTuber who made a video about this topic. And yes, this topic is actually regarding the hidden, or should I say, the revealed secret kind of new card potential rarity that was kind of leaked purposely, I guess, in the News Royale section of Clash Royale last week. Now basically, if you still don't know what I'm talking about, here's basically the image on the screen of what was supposed to be on Flash Royale. I believe it's a weekly program on the News Royale within the actual Clash Royale game. And within this commercial, there was a little snippet of a wooden chest, a free chest opening, and then you can see this card that we have never seen before in the game. And as you know, basically all of these card rarities, they all have their different kind of colors. This one seems to be blue. Yes, it has the same color as a common card, but it also has clouds on it. On the card image of the blue part, it has clouds on it, so that's definitely not a common card. Taking that away, it also has a red exclamation mark, and instead of the white question marks like when you unlock card, it actually has a red exclamation mark. And the third and final thing is it has a red glowing outline, and no other card in the game actually has this currently. And everyone has been speculating over the past week that SUPERCELL are basically hinting at us at a new rarity, or they might just be hinting at a new set of cards, like a new card type, anything along the lines of a new card rarity type, or just a new card in general. And some think that this could just be a kind of coincidence, or just like trying to make it look a little bit cooler than having all normal ordinary cards coming outside of that wooden chest. So yes, let's talk about this because I've gathered a lot more information that you guys haven't heard from other YouTubers, and I just wanted to bring these points up because I have a lot of valid information here that can prove to be that this can come into the game really soon. So we've already mentioned the point that this is basically featured in Flash Royale. This could be either a coincidence or it could be a hint or a leak. Now if you actually watched my video yesterday, you will know that I talked about the new Red December update that should be happening within the next week or so in Clash Royale, and maybe actually SUPERCELL are going to hint at us with the Red update, with this Flash Royale a week ago. They're basically going to add something new for the red event, because as you know, the red event does happen to be with the color red mostly, and basically the only color is red for the red event. And as we see here, this card has a red exclamation mark and also the red glowing outline, so they might be hinting at us that there's something quite big coming in the next week or so, something to do with the product red update, maybe, who knows. Last year we actually did have the red king tower, so potentially this year we could have a limited card for a week or so that could be something to do with a product red. Maybe it's like a card that we'll only get for a week, that will be super rare and we'll never be able to see it ever again. Or maybe they're just trying to bring out something completely new that will stick with the game but will only be released at this red update, such as a type of new card rarity that will obviously have the red card image. We already have the commons as the kind of light blue color. We already have the rares as obviously the orange color. We have epics as purple, legendaries is kind of multicolored, and this one I guess could be red. I don't know where that would stand in the table of rarities. I don't know if it will be less rare than an epic, more rare than an epic, possibly even more rare than a legendary, but probably not, just simply because the legendaries are the top of the rarities. Another point that I have to make is this is actually the second time something like this occurred over the last year. If you guys have missed it, last year there was actually a secret first year Japanese anniversary for Clash Royale to celebrate the first year anniversary of Clash Royale being out. This was actually in Japanese, and in that commercial we saw a chest opening, and out of that chest came a red card with red background. I even made a video about this. I'll probably link it in the description below if you want to watch that one, but I covered a few interesting points in the video that we could potentially see this as a new red rarity. Now this is not actually the first time this happened, and a lot of people who made videos about this topic over the last week, they actually forgot to mention this completely, so I'm just giving you guys another insight as to how this could potentially come. The secret of how this red card came in the Japanese commercial didn't even unfold. A lot of people just reckoned and speculated that it was just for design, but this is the second time now we're seeing mentions of a red card within Clash Royale. And keep in mind, this is not anything fake at all. This is all strictly to do with SUPERCELL. This is SUPERCELL releasing these kind of commercials, so clearly they have in their head an idea of something to do with this red card, and potentially it could be really meaningful into the Clash Royale community. So who knows, they could potentially be hinting something really big at us, and they've probably been working on this for a long time now, but it just must have never came around to actually adding this into the game, so potentially now is their time, and this is why they're hinting at us again. The other point I want to bring up is actually what this card would actually be if it was actually a new card rarity. Now a lot of people have been saying this will be the mythical card rarity, and I have to agree. I have to say that I reckon it would be called either mystical, mythical, or anything else along those lines, because that just simply is a good name. Another actually good name I have for this is actually heroic, and this is simply because a lot of people have been speculating that this would be a heroes card, due to the fact that simply heroes would revive the game a lot more people would start playing, such as clan wars as well. And obviously you can't have clan wars without some really good cards that you can use primarily in battle that would save you a lot, and heroes is the only thing I can imagine for that. So potentially SUPERCELL are hinting at us this long just because heroes are such a big thing, and it could bring the game back from being so dead to just revive it to being so full of energy again like it used to be last year. And what these hero cards could could be is they could be really, really rare to get. Like, I'm talking, you would have to open so many super magical chests in order to try and get some of these, and I reckon there should be only like 2 or maybe 3 at a push of these heroic cards if they came out. And what they would be is obviously heroes such as the Archer Queen, Barbarian King, Grand Warden, any other hero that you can imagine. It's all up to Supercell, but yes, I reckon that this could be a potential heroic card rarity if it actually managed to be something to do with heroes, or maybe if they're not trying to focus on heroes and they're trying to make cards that are just fitting for that rarity. So for example, just normal troops, then my opinion would change from heroic and it would be called mythical or anything else along those lines. Or potentially these cards can be kind of normal cards but with special abilities that we've never seen before, making them that little bit more rare and I guess more better than every other card, I guess you could say. Because if these cards actually had their own special abilities that you can use within the battle, I'm pretty sure everyone would want some of these cards. And the final point I have is actually some kind of images for these potential mythical red cards. I have 2 pretty cool images that I wanted to show you guys. One of them is actually an idea I found on Reddit, so shout out to the guy that made this original post. In the description below I'll leave a link to the original post so you guys can go ahead and check him out. I stumbled upon this on Reddit and this is actually his idea of a mythical card because he saw the trailer also and he decided to make his own idea. Now this is actually called the Cyclops. So if we actually take a look at the Cyclops card, we could see that his rarity is mythical and he is a troop card that costs 7 elixir. As you can see, the outside of the card is actually kind of pinky red. It could be a red kind of pinky glow, I guess. It doesn't have to be exactly red, but this is just an idea. Keep that in mind. I will, like I said, leave the link to the original post in the description below. So credits to this guy who made this. And now let's take a look at the Cyclops' stats. So this is a mythical card. It says this mythical creature has only 1 eye for building and it will swing its fist around, dealing area damage to anything that tries to stop him. So the name mythical actually ties in very well with this because, as you know, Cyclops is a mythical creature, the same as, for example, a dragon. So potentially Supercell could add this mythical rarity and even add a dragon that we actually had in Clash of Clans. A lot of people were wanting to see the dragon in Clash Royale also, but for a long time now this has just never came. So potentially this is the dragon's chance to actually come into the game in this mythical rarity. His hit points are very high, so he's basically like a kind of, I guess, bigger giant. He does a lot of area damage. His hit speed is not that slow either. His speed is medium and he targets buildings, and he's basically a melee troop. So this is a very good example of how a mythical card should actually look if it was actually to be released into the game. Now keep in mind that this is an idea. I don't want you guys to think that this is real and be like, oh, when's the Cyclops coming? This is obviously an idea. This is not real. And the other image I wanted to show you guys was actually something I found on Google, and I found this a long time ago. I still have it saved for some reason. I was looking through my folders recently trying to find this and I actually came across it again, and here it is. I know it's kind of bad quality, but I actually found this. I'm pretty sure this is an idea. This is surely not a leak because I found this around last year or so. And as you can see, this says in Italian, the Archer Queen. It does say that the rarity of this red Archer Queen card is actually a legendary, but then if you look at the type, it says hero in Italian. So this could potentially be implemented to Clash Royale also. Like I said, the type of the troop can be different to the rarity of the troop. So for example, if a card is, like it says here, legendary, it can be a hero card similar to the other kind of cards which are commons, and they could be buildings, they could be rares, they could be buildings, they could be epic cards, and they could be troops, etc, etc. So yeah, Supercell don't have to make an entire new rarity for heroes, but it would be a lot more cooler in my opinion if they actually did do that. However, I don't really mind if they're legendaries and their type is still hero, then I would be super fine with that, just because I like legendaries anyway, so anyway it would work for me. Now looking at this card, we can actually see that the 6 elixir Archer Queen is actually a red card off the bat. We can see the kind of border where it says rarity and type is actually red instead of like, whereas legendary it would be kind of light blue, and rare would be orange, epic would be purple, common would be light blue as well, so on. You get the point now. But yeah, this would look very cool if it was red, and the stats didn't really matter too much because we're just taking a look at the idea here. Now however, this is in Italian, so I don't know how to read the description, but you guys get the gist of it. All I'm saying is that this could potentially lead to a new rarity being added within Clash Royale within the next couple of weeks, or potentially even the next couple of days if we're lucky enough, or they could be planning to add this at the beginning of next year to celebrate their 2-year anniversary, and they might even be adding Clan Wars, who knows. All I'm hoping for is that this is just potentially a new rarity or something just to revive the game, because the game is looking pretty dead right now. There's no new cards, there's no new updates that are getting people hype, and I reckon that this would be a lot more hyped in the community if there was a new entire rarity that people could hunt for in their chest, just keep buying gems and just trying to get these new rarities and types. Then a lot of people would be more interested in the game by far. However, that's all I wanted to say for this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Remember to leave a like if you did, and tell me any more ideas or any suggestions you have for videos, because I'm really interested into dealing with these kinds of things, because I'm just like really curious as to what it can lead to, potentially a new update or anything else along those lines. But yeah, tell me what your thoughts are on this in the comments below, whether you think this is a new rarity or just for design for the commercial, or is it just a coincidence because this is the second time and will we be getting a new rarity or potentially even heroes, who knows. Let me know in the comments below. If you do want to get yourself some free Clash Royale and Clash of Clans gems, head on over to the first link in the description below, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.